Hi everyone, welcome to Kelly's Creative Dream Studio. Today I have a haul video for you, and I know I've got a shadow here. It's late. Bob and I just got home from Springfield. It's Thursday night, and enable for this video to go up on time Friday morning. I'm wanting to get it recorded tonight and ready to upload. The main reason I went to Springfield yesterday, was so I could get up early this morning for the big up to 90% off sale at JoAnn's. Well, I could have stayed home shopping online, but it wouldn't have been as much fun, but you know. Bob says I said that I was going to shop at JoAnn's online. Bob says, well, you know, he says I could use my pedicure. My toes are bothering me. So we decided to do an overnight to Springfield. And I got up this morning and I was there when JoAnn's opened. And it was pretty pathetic. Up to 90% off in paper crafting. Well, that up to part is the catch. The only thing that was really on sale, or should I say on clearance, was the Park Lane paper pads. And that's because they're no longer going to carry Park Lane. But that was really the only thing. Everything else in paper crafting was just general sale. 30% off Tim Holtz. Well, I can get it 40% off at Hobby Lobby most of the time. So I didn't really find anything in the paper crafting. But I got to the back of the store. And we have a little room off the main part of the store that is strictly clearance fabric. And it's hard to tell what you're going to find back there. And I thought, well, I'll just snoop. You never know what I might find that I can use in a junk journal. Well, all the bolts were tagged from 30% to 70% off, depending on the color of the tag. All but one of the items that I bought was 50% off the bolt price. And then today and tomorrow, you got to take an additional 40% off. So I got some really cool fabrics to show you. Number one is this white floral. And I say floral because it's all these little flowers that are a dimensional embellishment on this strip of fabric. Now this gauzy fabric will be good to scrunch up and do stuff with all on its own. But these flowers, you can scrunch them up and cut them off right at the fabric, and you'll have all these, I'll have all these little flowers to play with. And I made sure, I think this is approximately an eighth of a yard, maybe a little over. I asked the gal to cut to make sure that I had 3 complete rows of florals. And then any of the other extra pieces, you know, if you're going to tuck them behind something else on an embellishment where the whole flower is not going to show anyway, none of these little partial flower pieces will go to waste. So I have this one. And then I have one similar in black. It's just that the flowers are only a single layer as opposed to a 2-layer. And I did the same thing. This is on a black net as opposed to that gauzy fabric of the white. The flowers are only a single dimension, but you can still cut them off. You'll have a little hole in the netting and have all of these flowers. Could add a button or a rhinestone to the center of these. I think this is going to be really pretty. And again, I made sure that there were 3 complete rows of flowers on just over an eighth of a yard. Then there was this one, and I think this is the one that was the most expensive. I think this started out at about $30 a yard. I got just over, not quite a quarter of a yard, but that's because I wanted to make sure I had plenty of these petals in this rose gold that I could cut out. And then there's still pieces of this netting that's usable as well between the petals. So I got just over an eighth of a yard of that one. And then there's this fun fabric. This had a wonky cut. You can see here where whoever cut off the bolt just really did a botchy job. So I told her, just make sure I have 4 complete rows of this fabric. And what it is it's the chiffon type fabric on a background, and then this cotton chiffon is sewn over top, and then it's fringed out, it's feathered out. And it just has I can see this on the edge of a journal page. It's fun. And I got a full quarter of a yard of that one to make sure I had plenty of that to work with. This one was $30 a yard, and I got about an eighth of a yard. And it's got sparkle in it, but it's all fringy. It reminds me of a flapper dress, and this will look so cool in my 1919 ladies journal. The digital kit is from Dear Julie Julie. It's her 1919 ladies fashionistas, and I will link that digital kit down below. And I think this is the same color tones that I'm working with in that kit. So I picked that up. There's some things you just can't pass up. Then there was this. This is I got almost a half a yard of this because I told the gal to make sure that I had 2 complete butterfly appliques all the way down. And then even the partials can be cut apart and used in bits and pieces where you just want a little extra layering of texture on a tag or a pocket. So there's probably 30 butterfly appliques on here in this pink. Then there was this white, and it's just a simple daisy chain fabric. And where I cut out a full daisy, I'll have partials otherwise that I can still, again, tuck behind something where you're not going to see the whole flower anyway. And I did about 1/8 of a yard of this one. Then these other one I got in 2 colors. There's this purple, where you have this solid flower here, but then you have these smaller circles in between. And again, just make sure I've got at least the 2 solids and a row of the singles down. So I've got 2 rows of solids and 2 rows of the smaller ones all the way down, and I have that in pink and in white. And the fun thing about the white is I can use alcohol inks on this, and I can dye these any color that I want. All of my fabrics, plus these last 2 items I'm going to show you, cost me just over $18. And that was these 2 packages of Sticky Picks clear cuts from Paper House. And I've been collecting wine stuff, and I know a gal who is looking for some wine stuff, so I can put these in Happy Mail and share with her. So I got 2 packages of these, so I had plenty of this to share. Now, that was the JoAnn's. I'm happy with what I got. It wasn't what I went looking for, but I'm happy with what I got. But I did go to Hobby Lobby while I was in town, and I've looked at the skinny planners, and this is for January to December of 2020, so it's not going to last the entire year. I have one that I took apart, and I'm not sure where I put it, but let me pop this one apart really fast, because I think the other one is in my suitcase yet, and we're just going to simplify life here. That's what scissors are for. Like that. And pop this one off of here. That one off of there. These retail for $24.98 or thereabouts a piece. They're on clearance for $6.24. They're only on sale on the Happy Planner website for $14.95. So, really good deal picking these up at Hobby Lobby. And the idea is, I have 5 blogs. And right now I run my editorial calendar in a big 3-ring binder. And it really just takes up too much room on my desk. This one, I'm going to go through and run it as my editorial calendar. I've already passed through the Junes. I'm going to start setting it up in July and run it the second half of the year. But I've got the full monthly calendar, notes that I need to make, and then I can list here, like for my Creative Dreams blog, what I'm featuring on Wednesday. Well, Wednesday is always What's on Your Work Desk Wednesday. But then I can go over here to July 1st, and I can write in exactly if I'm going to have another, like maybe a card project on my desk when I show my desk or whatever. Saturdays is going to be, beginning in July, is going to be Stampin' Up! Saturday on the blog, so I can make a notation here of what stamp set that I choose. If I'm linking to another blog that inspired me, I can make sure I've got that blog link written in here. And then I will have this set up for each one of my 5 blogs. This is so much easier to deal with than an 8.5 by 11 binder. And I'm going to do a separate video to show you how I set this up. So make sure you watch for that if you're a planner babe. And that was pretty much my shopping trip. That's all I did. Bob and I, we ate out last night. We went to Golden Corral, which is one of our favorite places to go in Springfield. One of the managers is a friend of mine. And while they are normally a buffet, they have now gone cafeteria style, where everything is still set up the same, except now you go through the food line and you tell them what you want, and they get your plate and they put your food on it and hand it to you, just like the old Heritage Days Cafe. And serving cafeteria styles the way a lot of restaurants were run back in the 70s before buffets became a thing. So we ate there for dinner last night. And then we went over to Andy's Frozen Custard for dessert about 9 o'clock last night. This morning I got up and I was at JoAnn's when they opened at 9. And I was in there less than an hour. Went back over to Hobby Lobby and picked up 5 more of those skinny journals, or skinny planners. And then Bob and I went to lunch at Red Lobster. It was our treat. We hadn't been to Springfield since last fall. Went to Walmart and got him his pedicure, and I did a little shopping, and then we stopped at a little cafe in Mountain Grove, Missouri called The Grove. Food is really good. I wasn't crazy about the mashed potatoes, even though they are fresh made mashed potatoes, not instant. To me, they had a little bit of an off taste, so I couldn't eat those, but oh my God. They're open-faced hot roast beef, and they use the same beef in their French dip, and it is just melt-in-your-mouth beef. So if you're ever in the Mountain Grove, Missouri area, I recommend stopping at The Grove. It's over by the Walmart Supercenter. If you turn to go into the Supercenter, you'll see Burger King and a Dollar Tree and a jewelry repair, and The Grove sits in the corner. It's been there for a long time. It's got an excellent reputation, and the food was phenomenal. And then we stopped at Dairy Queen in Kabul on our way home for dessert. So we're ready to call it a night. I just wanted to make sure that I got this video recorded tonight so I could get it broken down and edited and ready to go up to YouTube, so you will have it technically what will be this morning, which is Friday morning. Probably not going to do anything else again until Monday, spending the weekend with Bob and working on my journals. Bob leaves on Tuesday, and then we'll try to find a flow in here now that I'm back to work in the office. I hope you will find something creative to do this weekend and enjoy it. Whatever you choose to do, be safe, have fun, and creative blessings.